are joined by Lavern Walker, Program Management Officer at the UNEP Cartagena Convention Secretariat. Welcome, Lavern.
Thank you.
So my question for you, can you tell us why the High Seas Treaty is important for Jamaica and the wider Caribbean?
Sure. So what's actually very interesting is that many people do not know that the Caribbean, wider Caribbean, really has a very small area of high seas. And people may be asking, so why are we joining when most of our waters are actually within national jurisdiction? And the reason is because the ocean is fluid. So whatever happens in areas that are beyond national jurisdiction will impact on national waters eventually. So let's think about fishing. A lot of fishing happens in like the high seas, in areas beyond national jurisdiction, as we call them. But fish actually come in sometimes to spawn, to feed in our national waters. And at times, these are opportunities for fishers to go out to protect them. Some countries actually have marine protected areas in their waters. So by the fish coming in, they are protected in these marine protected areas. So the BBNJ convention, as it's known, is actually going to put in place mechanisms because it did not have these type of things to allow for the development of marine protected areas in areas beyond national jurisdiction. So not only would you be able to have a marine managed area, a marine protected area in national waters, but you could now have them in areas beyond national jurisdiction where all the countries in the world would need to be saying, okay, I need to respect this. If someone actually wants to go and search for minerals, look for minerals in the deep seabeds, etc., they would need to follow certain procedures and do certain environmental impact assessments, etc., so that they can go and search basically for the deep seabeds for these minerals. So these are certain things that are important and are put in place so that the world, the entire globe can actually benefit from these protections and these measures so that when it comes back to the national waters, the countries are actually protected.
Oh, thank you so much for that insight and clarity. I feel like we got the big picture understanding that basically what happens out there affects us in here. I like that. So what role, because now I want to talk about the role of your institution as it relates to the implementation of the treaty in Jamaica, or if it's applicable to the region, seeing that if it's now no longer beyond national jurisdiction. And I know Jamaica, for example, has signed on but moving to ratification. So let us know what the role is for your institution.
So UNEP as a whole, this is like a high priority for the United Nations Environment Program to encourage countries to actually ratify the BBNJ agreement. And what we are doing in the Secretariat, the Cartagena Convention Secretariat, is actually we are providing support to countries through capacity building if they require more information about BBNJ, some of the benefits that they could attain through signing on to the agreement and ratifying it. There was a small fund available through the Global Environment Facility, GEF, where countries who had signed on could get money by engaging a number of agencies, UNEP being one of them, to better understand the policies as well as the frameworks that their national governments have in place or need to put in place to support this agreement once they sign on. And UNEP is one of the agencies that they could approach to attain this money from the Global Environment Facility. So we are actually working with countries as well in the wider Caribbean region to find out if they're interested and to indicate that UNEP is one of the agencies that they can work with. And we are also a regional convention, so we believe that the work that's going to happen with the BBNJ agreement will actually also benefit our contracting parties in the Caribbean as well.
Wow, that's really such a very critical element of support as it relates to getting people to come on board with the treaty. But thank you so much. So thank you again, Lavern, for sharing, taking the time and sharing these very crucial insights as it relates to the high seas and how we can advance the implementation of the high seas treaty.
You're most welcome.